Hello and welcome to the channel. Working on a John Deere 2020, and as everyone knows, the hand throttles loosen up and they won't stay in the position or set speed that you want them in. And I've also ran into a situation where the John Deere had a foot pedal and would not go back to idle. And what was happening there is when you gave it the fuel, the handle would slide down and stay in that position, not allowing the tractor to go back to idle. Now we're looking at here, this is a hand throttle from a gas John Deere 2020. Of course, later on you're going to find out that it's on a diesel tractor. We're just changing the battery box on it. And this one here is adjustable. We have the nut and of course the threads. So what's happening is this piece here, which would be, we can call it a washer or a boss, pushes up on the fiber washer. You can see there's one on both sides. The spring pressure pushes up, locks your throttle into position, and off you go. So I can show you that a little better on this unit here. So we have the lower washer or boss, whatever you want to call it. The friction disc is in there. On the top, it's the same thing. You got the washer and the friction disc. The pin, now if this was assembled, this would slide up into the pin. All right. So what happens is this is up here. There's a pin in there, and this washer should slide up and down in the pin. Of course, the spring has been removed from this here. All right. So what you need to do is you need to drive out the pins that hold this locator in, where the spring would have been in here. There would be a pin in here, drive the pin out of there. Okay. I used heat on all of them. Put a little heat on it, break this free, bring it down, sand the shaft a little never sees, put it back up there, put your pin back in, and this will slide up and down on the pin. All right? And they're not spring pins, they're solid pins. All right? So yeah, easy enough, easy fix. All right? So like I said, we got a John Deere 2020, doing some painting for the winter, cleaning it up a little bit. They're telling me that this adjustable front end is a specialty on this tractor. The weights are specialty, we just put those on. They've also said these hubs, being that they're rack and pinion adjustment, those are a specialty. And how these work is on the back side of the hub, there's two wedges that get drawn in. And if you can see these bolts here, these black bolts here are for drawing the wedges in. And if you want to loosen this, you pull the bolts out, and these other bolts here, these are the jack bolts that will push the wedge in and break the hub loose off the axle. So you go around this side here. All right, so this is the wedge, another top wedge, 3 bolts. Those tighten down, and those are gonna stay. And then the jack bolts were on this, so the 3 black bolts were in the holes, pulling the wedge together. The silver bolts would push that wedge off, and then you're supposed to be able to turn this bolt right here, and that has a racking motion on the axle. So if you can see this. All right. So there you go. Thanks for watching.